nap time.
Oh, perfect. We'll just lay them down. So I can hear the studio in my ear. You won't be able to hear them in your ear. But Brad, incredible run out there. You kind of, I mean, obviously the Hemmings know exactly who you are, but I think a lot of us learned a lot about you out there today. Can you tell us a little bit about what it meant to put together a really smooth looking 60K?
Yeah, well, first off, appreciate that. Beautiful day out here. Yeah, Eli ran super well. I'm just getting my legs going again this year. I'm doing Leadville 100 this summer, so I've just been training for a few weeks just to get some mileage under me and a little bit of race. And when I knew Eli was doing this one, I was like, I'll jump into it. But I didn't see him after like half a mile, so it wasn't even, there was no point. But yeah, such a fun day and had a blast.
Yeah, so we heard from the course that the first like 7 or 8 miles were a bit choppy. Our initial split, I think we're sitting back in third or fourth or so. Tell us a little bit about kind of moving up to the field. By the time we saw you at Bumblebee, you were solidly in second place.
Yeah, the race plan for me today was just to feel as comfortable as possible through 20 miles. So didn't really start racing until a little bit after Bumblebee and just turning the legs over. But yeah, I think the race naturally kind of shifted its way out itself early on. And yeah, so I wasn't really packed up pretty well, but yeah, I think everyone was running their own pace and kind of separated itself pretty naturally out there.
So you mentioned Leadville. We've heard rumor that will be your first 100-mile race. Tell us a little bit about making that steady jump up in distance and why you're so excited to get on that start line.
Yeah, I don't know about steady jump. Yeah, it's a pretty hefty jump up from the Silver Rush 50. But I love racing in Leadville. I love climbing. Today was out of my element for sure with all the descending. But yeah, I love climbing, and I've done helped crew there a couple years ago. It's one of those races, especially like living in Boulder, that you just want to do and knock off your list. So
based out of Boulder.
So 2 more questions for you.
Boy.
Your medal, another Boulder boy. We'll have to tell the Boulder boys about you. But
just real quick, Corinne, we do have
races that we can expect to see. Oh,
sorry, just we do have.
In. Is that what you're?
You can finish it up, but we do have Brett Hornig coming in.
Okay, sweet, awesome. So, are there any other races that we should be looking for you at between now and the Leadville 100?
Yeah, so back to the Boulder boys. I ran with Matt last Monday. Amazing. So we're neighbors, and we just moved back to Boulder. So yeah, so neighbors, Matt. Hopefully we'll get a lot of running with him in, because the rumor has he's trying to go for Leadville this year as well. But yeah, no. As far as next races go, I would say try and do 100K, a couple 100Ks probably before the race, and then we'll see where it goes.
You've got good people in your corner. Eli mentioned that you are one of the co-founders of Lever, so we'd love for you to be able to give the company a shout out. Actually, Katie Asmuth, who's in the studio, was like, "Oh man, I just bought one. I should have waited to meet Brad." So tell us a little bit about that company while we wait for Brett to join us at the finish line.
Yeah, well, thank you for letting me plug a little bit here. So I started the company about 5 years ago, and really just wanted to do it just because bodyweight support is such a beneficial function to training, and just being able to unload a little bit is just incredible. So yeah, came out with the product 5 years ago, and yeah, it's been really fun.
Amazing. Congratulations.